Welcome, Aquarius, Cosmic Insight Astrology. I am your co-pilot, Christina. This is your May 2022 astrology videoscope, actually. And I'm going to explain everything for you through this astrological wheel over here. So how the planetary aspects of the months could actually work out and play out for you this month. So I'm going to start with Pluto. Pluto on 29th of April going to station retrograde in your 12th house. 12th house is your psychological house. It is your mental status, your mental ability, your hidden enemies. It is representing hospitals, homelessness, homeless shelters, and orphanages, and prisons, and your spirituality. And it's also representing art and high octave of love and angels and aliens. So Pluto gonna go retrograde over here, which means when it stations retrograde on the 29th, actually, it's going to be really close to the Earth. So it's going to magnify everything in your 12th house. And actually, Pluto retrograde going to sextile over here with Venus in 28 degrees. And Venus going to be in your second house of money. So that is coming something, like, all right, something was hidden from me. But when Pluto gonna go to retrograde, I'm gonna find it, what was hidden from me. And it could be some kind of valuable, what I lost, or some kind of money, what I inherited. But, I didn't really know about that. It was, I didn't know I'm going to inherit. I didn't even know this person who I inherit from. Or it could be something, yes, valuable, some jewelry, for example, a piece of jewelry you can find. Or it could be something like, let's see, what else could be. So this is your valuables, the second house. This is your taste. This is your values. This is your income. The way you actually earn money, that is your earning. So for example, when Pluto goes retrograde over here, actually you can get a job in the medical field. Like, for example, like a surgeon. Pluto is the surgeon, goes retrograde back to the hospital. And it could be Pluto is power. You could get a job like a prison director, powerful man, and earn your money through that. So in the second house, that's creating some kind of really good income for you. Then Venus going to go May 2nd in Aries, 0 degree, that is an word axis, and that is a karmic degree in Aries in your third house. So your communication going to get powerful because it's still going to sextile with Pluto, and Pluto is power. It's gonna get a separating aspect, so it's not going to be that powerful, but it's still significantly enough to change the way you are communicating, to make other people to listen, and it's a very powerful communication aspect over here. Venus in third house, it could give you some kind of reconnection with a neighbor, or it could be a sibling, or it could be some kind of written project. For example, when Venus going over here and still sextiling Pluto retrograde, Pluto is going to in Capricorn. Capricorn is structure. Pluto is researching. Actually, it could do like some kind of research work in medical projects. So I'm going to research about cancer. But third house actually relates to thyroid issues. So I'm gonna do some kind of research with thyroid issue, Hashimoto, and trying to find a cure for those kind of subjects here. And what else going to happen? So Venus is in Aries, doesn't really have to be in Aries, but the material side, it does, the material side of Venus. But third house, it's like, it could be a very loving communication, right? So it will be love to talk to others and like to do researching. So obviously the research with this Pluto sextile, it will enjoy here. Then it could be also like some kind of loving relationship with the siblings, as I mentioned before. So it is positive. Then Jupiter going to join Venus in the third house, in your third house in Aries on May 10th. And Jupiter rules Pisces and also rules actually the old avatar of Pisces, and then the avatar, the Lord of Sagittarius. And in Sagittarius, it's more optimistic, it's more free. So what's going to happen when it's going to go to Aries, it's going to have that kind of fiery energy amplified. And what means, like, for example, anyone who is Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, it's going to trine with your sun, moon, or ascendant, or if you have any planet in Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries up to 7 degrees, because Jupiter only going to go up to 7 degrees in Aries, and after it's going to start to retrograde back, and after it's coming again next year. So actually, if you have planets in the fiery signs, it means like, all right, you know what, it's going to trine with me and on those signs, so it's going to be affected 3 times positively. So it's really great. And then what else you can do? And you know, like if you really want to know what is your sun, your rising sign and your moon sign, you go and where is your planets located in your natal chart. Just go and erect a chart in astro.com, or you can erect a chart in Astro Cafe, or there is like, just type in free astrology birth chart and it's coming on Google. At out of them, put your information in, and then you can create your chart. And if you actually know your time of birth, then you're also going to know your ascendant. Otherwise, don't go by houses, just go by planets and aspects. It's still significant. It's still giving you a lot of information. However, if you know your time of birth, that's amazing. And then you know there is the changing coming in our life. So this is actually, I'm doing whole sign and I'm doing tropical astrology. So that's going through like by your ascendant. First check out your ascendant, after your sun, and after your moon sign. And then you get the complex picture of yourself, how your life going to go through changes. And, you know, I always say, you know, like your moon sign, actually, it's your emotions, the way you react emotionally to situations. That is your backpack, but you are collecting during your journey. That is the music, the book you read, that's your emotions. It's giving to your emotions. Or, you know, the rising sign, the ascendant is the mask, what you put on, the way you relate to situations and the way you react on situation and relate to other people. That's who you pretend to others. That's the way you act. And the sun is your physical body. It's your purpose in life. It's your work. It's your purpose. It's your energy, life energy. So, all right. So ascendant, as I said, when you want to check first which house it's going to affect. So we were talking about Pluto here, and Pluto and Venus. And Venus is going here to Aries, but also I have to say something else about Pluto. So this Pluto retrograde also going to make a square in Aries with Pallas Athene. And Pallas Athene actually, it's going to be beginning of the month. Pallas Athene actually is the warrior goddess of war, and the warrior goddess, and the warfare, and the wisdom, and the eternal virginity representing. It never wanted to marry, it always wanted to stay, you know, very stubborn energy, very fiery energy. And squaring with Pluto, the 3rd and the 12th house, it could represent something like I'm going to fight with my siblings, phrase that was siblings, maybe about some kind of treatment issue. So it could be like, okay, I need a treatment, and my siblings actually is gonna want to push me in a kind of treatment I don't want to have. And then we're going to create some kind of conflict between us. Or Pallas Athene could be like very, very pushy. It doesn't take no for an answer, actually, and it's very determined. And Pluto is transformation also over there. So it could be like an obsessive energy, maybe even, you know, obsessive energy actually may be some kind of psychological issue. So actually 12th house could be some kind of psychological issue, and 3rd house could be talking. So it could create some kind of maniac talking. Or you know, like I'm obsessed with some kind of news, and I keep talking about the war, or I keep talking about, you know, like conspiracy therapy, or it could be talking about like I don't know, like homelessness, but some kind of obsessive talkingness, and you don't realize you can't talk about anything else. You stuck on something but that. And you know, it's a heavy energy. 12th house is a heavy energy. Pluto is a heavy energy. So you're pushing away people. They don't want to listen to you anymore. You don't want to listen to your bullshit anymore. And you know, then it could create some kind of conflict over them. Okay, what else could be that? Okay, let's move forward. Let's move to Saturn in the 1st house. Actually, Saturn in the 1st house could, if you wanted to be on diet, this is the time. Saturn in 1st house could actually give you a really skinny body. You could lose all the fat that you wanted, or, you know, like pregnancy, the baby fat, or any kind of situation. But also it could create a lot of issue with your head, because 1st house is your head. And, you know, Saturn is joined. Saturn is your structure in your body, it's your backbone, and also it relates to teeth. So you might experience some kind of infection, teeth infection, or it's a lot of implant. You need to actually have some kind of implants over here. And but as, and you know, I would say implants, because Saturn is joined and teeth, and Mars, it's still in your 2nd house in Pisces, and it doesn't like to be over here. It creates some kind of inflammation. And 2nd house representing Taurus, the jaws. So definitely it could be some kind of gum inflammation and some kind of implant, because Mars also like you know, creating like drilling into something. So it could relate to that as well. Okay. Your spiritual values are going to change, because Pisces, 2nd house, that's the money house. It is like the way you relate to money. It's totally going to be different right now. Or you can earn your money in a spiritual way. You can earn your money with some kind of taking care of hospice people, because the 12th house hospice as well. You can earn your money with photography, with music. You can earn your money with healing, with some kind of nursing, 12th house. You can earn your money with it. But definitely spiritual values. Or you know what? Also, Mars in 2nd house and in Pisces, you can become a spiritual warrior. You will have to stand up for something but you truly believe in, and your values going to change over there. Okay, we have then Venus and Jupiter over here. We were talking about that. Actually, May 28, May 28. Jupiter and Mars going to conjunct in Aries, because May 24th, Mars going to join these two planets in Aries in the 3rd house. So you're not just going to be an initiator in some kind of subject, like, you know, like reconnected with siblings, but also it's going to be like you will be heard. You will make sure they will hear you. And, you know, that is crypto. 3rd house, or that is like something with internet matter, or studying, or short distance traveling. So you can go to travel somewhere actually in short distance, or close by. But you know, Mars is actually speed, and the 3rd house is vehicle. So I would be careful with speeding, actually, because it could create accident, especially because Jupiter is over there, and Jupiter is expanding everything it touches. So speeding is very, you know, like, please don't speed end of May, because it could create an accident. And then before let me see, it went May 28th, 4th here. So before that, it was in 14 degrees, beginning of May. And yes, Mars was 14 degrees of Pisces and Uranus was in 14 degrees of Pisces, Taurus. So it was actually sextiling. So it could be like, I'm going to create some kind of money, some kind of income. My income gonna rise. And because of that rising, Mars over here, I could actually unexpectedly take onto an opportunity in a real estate matter. Or at my home improvement, or actually because my income rise, or I get some kind of bonus over here, income rise, then I'm going to do a smart house, because Uranus is related to internet. So I'm capable actually to create and invest to create a smart house. Yes, that could be that. But also, you see, Uranus and Sun, May 4th, going to conjunct actually in your fourth house. And fourth house is family and, you know, your house itself. So it could shake. So some kind of earthquake or some kind of shaking. And, you know, Uranus could be like exploding some kind of gas, or Uranus could rule also like, yes, some kind of gas situation. So careful with around your house, you know, like you leave the gas on and it's exploding, or the barbecue tank outside, or you know, like it could be actually generator in the house. So careful with that situation around the house as well. Okay, but it could represent earthquake as well. So your building could get demolished actually, or affected by a quake, and could get demolished. Okay. Other than that, it could be some kind of unexpected visitor, because Uranus is unexpected for these family members. They are coming to your home and they are unexpected. And it could be good or bad, you know, it depends, but it's actually with the sun together, so it might be a happy reunion. Then let me see here, then Mercury is starting out in your fifth house of Gemini, and that's your children. So communication going to be flowing, and it's going to be beautiful for with your children at the beginning, but May 10th, it's going to go retrograde in your fifth house. So that means like I have to actually talk about my investment, or with my romantic partner, it could be some kind of miscommunication, or with my children, and then it's gonna go back to your fourth house. So perhaps you had some kind of contract you signed, and you know, like some kind of issue gonna come back with your purchase, with your home purchase, or it could be something like, you know, that unexpected family member here who came to visit you, and then Mercury on the 22nd going back, you're going to have that some kind of trouble, because you're going to have a fight, a verbal fight, because they don't want to leave, perhaps, you know, they don't want to leave your house. And all right, you came unexpectedly and you don't even want to leave. That's unheard, and you know, we need to do something about that. Or revisit actually something with family ancestors. So for example, it is really good to do some kind of research about your ancestors, or a family tree, or writing about that, family history, writing about family history. All right, what else is going to happen? So we talked about Palace here, but let's talk about that Piscean energy. Juno, the Jupiter's wife, which is the loyal goddess and the goddess of marriage, and very faithful, even when Jupiter was cheating on her all the time. It's in your second house, and Juno over there, Juno actually, it's a really good investment planet. So it could be something like you invested in something, and you know, look at that, this is oil. So you might have invested in something that's going to give you an additional income, which is, it could relate to oil, or it could be relate some kind of pharmaceutical drugs or supplements you invested in on stock, or it could be something, yes, oil, pharmaceutical, you know, it could be medical marijuana, because Neptune is actually holistic, and second house is garden, so you have to grow it. So it could be like, I'm going to start to grow medical marijuana or invest in medical marijuana. And what else could be that? Juno is here, and then Vesta comes over here in your second house too. And Vesta is an amazing investment planet in your second house. So definitely when Vesta comes here, and when is it? Let me see, Vesta is coming, I have a note. May 24th, then Mars going to go to Aries. Actually, so Vesta is going to keep the flame over here, and the investment, it's going to be like, okay, whatever I invested in, the eternal flame, it's going to pay off. It's going to be actually a long-term investment, and paying off on a long term. Okay, Aquarius, what else can we talk about? We will definitely talk about this eclipse here in your 10th house of career, and it's going to be in Scorpio, 25 degrees and 18 minutes of Scorpio. And Scorpio is you know, like the house of death and tax other people's money, all the money and loans and inheritance, but you didn't work for, it is coming to you. And in your 10th house of career and prestige and reputation, but this is a heavy energy, and you have to let go of something. And it could be like you are blamed for some kind of sexual harassment, or it could be like you could be blamed for something, some kind of crime, because this eclipse is like free steroid shot for you, because it's a full moon plus conjunct with South Node, plus it's an eclipse, so free steroid shot in your 10th house with Scorpio, letting go of something because of Scorpio related issues. So it could be because of some kind of criminal activity I have done, or because of some kind of sexual activity, like, you know, like I'm blaming for that. And then I have to let go of that kind of high reputation career. So your reputation actually could be in jeopardy. Be careful with that. And the 4th house matter, like you see, it's shaking your family as well. So it could be like at work, somebody going to blame for you for sexual harassment, and it's going to shake your family as well. And that's when it's going to be some kind of communication issue as well. They're going to stop talking to you, the family members, because of you will be, actually, it's an accusation here for you. Or 10th house, what else could be? It's very powerful, and you know, like Scorpio is powerful, it's ruled by Pluto, and Pluto is in your 12th house of secret enemy and in retrograde, you see. So it could be like some kind of secret enemies coming for you to lose your job, to betray you and betray your reputation over here. Or, because actually, look at that, it's gonna sextile, because Pluto retrograde is going backward, and it's gonna start to say, and it's 25 degrees 18 minutes, and it is by that time 27 degrees, so it's only 2 degrees away. It could be like I have some kind of secret person behind my back, behind the curtain, who could be actually a criminal or very powerful secret person who is pushing me into this position. But this secret could get revealed, who is supporting me, and the public not gonna like it, because of the moon is the public, and then I'm going to get eclipsed from that position, because I got the support from someone who the public doesn't like, or a criminal or something like that. All right, what else for you, Aquarius, here? Let's see. Like I'm going to go, so Mercury is gonna go back here to to Taurus, yes. And then let's see, the last thing is, but we have to talk about the new moon. So May 20, the sun is gonna come to your 5th house, and it's gonna have a new moon May 30th actually. And that is in your creativity, in your romance, your investment, your, what is that? Your children, it's a house of, house of children and joy. So the new moon over there, it's always a good start. It's always like, all right, you know what, I'm going to get back my muse. I'm going to get back my mojo. I'm going to get back my energy with my children, and I can relate my children again here. So that is a positive energy for you in the 5th house. It's creating opportunities to enjoy life. And then I want to talk about some kind of asteroids still, like, for example, Ceres went in Cancer, and Cancer is here actually in your 6th house for you. So it's a fear of loss. For example, you can have a fear to lose your little animals. Maybe they are sick, your dog or your cat, or, you know, like your pets, and you have a fear to lose it, because Ceres is an asteroid of loss, because she lost her daughter, and her daughter got abducted, and she always lived in fear. And 6th house also rules health and work. So for example, you can have a fear and a scare to lose your work as well, to get fired, or you know, your animals, or it could be some kind of fear coming up, like subconscious fear, like, oh my God, I might have some kind of illness and I should check it out. And then I also wanted to talk about the Taurus. When we had Sun in Taurus, very beginning of May, then Eros, which is Cupid, and Black Moon Lilith, that is a mathematical point of the moon. And it's all conjuncted with Sun over here in your 4th house of family matters. And Eros and Black Moon Lilith both are very sensual, and that's your sensual authority, the way you relate sexually to others over here. So in your 4th house, it could be like, you know what, and that's the desire. Eros is your sexual desire. So it could be like I need to, it could be like, maybe I have some kind of desire for a family member who it's not bloodly related to me, but it still could be that. So it's not necessarily a good conjunction over here. And then we talked about Juno, we talked about Ceres, we talked about Vesta and Pallas Athene, the square. Yeah, so that's all I have to say to you guys. And I hope you like my insight. And if you did so, please give me and subscribe to my channel. And I truly would be honored if you would like my videos. Thank you so much. Until we meet again. Bye.